The river, no matter how hard it flows, will always be silent. The wind, no matter how hard it whirls, it will always be silent. No matter how a fire crackles, always silent. When the earth breaks and rumbles, silence will follow. I wait in this riverbed for many days for the next message from my master, waiting for the next target. Someday soon, I will leave. The man of 1,000 kills was known to be a great mercenary for his country, until he went berserk on the battlefield and killed everyone in sight. They called his hands the start of the end. He went pillaging from village to village, leaving a wake of only death and despair. It was only until he killed his own family that his bloodlust faded. Since then, the man who killed 1,000 people has been hiding far, far away from the world. Long since my memories were covered in war and blood, there was a time when I remembered stories. 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 Particular story comes to my mind now as my journey begins. There was once a high Buddhist priest who practiced the scriptures each and every day. They practiced, and practiced. On a trip down from the temple, the priest notices a rugged man speaking a prayer beside the water, but the prayer is being spoken incorrectly. The priest decides to correct the man and show them the right prayer. After some time, the man is saying the speech correctly, and the priest walks away. As the priest walks away, they hear the man speaking the speech incorrectly once again. They laugh and realize some people can never change. The priest walks away until they feel they should help the man once more. However, when they turn back, the priest saw the man walking across the water. It seemed each person has their own path. As the man who killed 1,000 people spoke, it was clear to me he had changed his ways far from the man he used to be. Something in me, something told me I could not go after him anymore. It was not my right to send him to the next realm. Furthermore, talking to him made me question if I should be the one who kills. Too many thoughts, too little time. As I journeyed back to my path, I heard whispers from the wind of an arrogant man, one who had killed for entertainment. Towards him I walked, bringing the story of arrogance. A father and a son were locked in top of a tower by an unforgiving king. Day after day they stayed in this tower, suffering. All they had were candles, dripping wax slowly. The father and the son barely had anything to eat. The gods from above saw this and sent a raven. Each day this raven came by and plucked its own feathers and gave it to the father. The father started fashioning wings for he and his son. Over a few years, the father had finished 2 pairs of wings. The endearing parent and his child waited for the perfect moment, and they fled the towers and flew through the sky. The father warned his son not to go too close to the water, for it would moisten up the feathers too much and he would drown. However, if he went too high, the wax used to make the wings would melt. The son laughed at this notion and flew down to the water and breathed in the air and inhaled the smell of the salty ocean. He then flew high as he could, taunting the warm sun, saying it had no power over him. The gods from above found this to be a challenge. And as the boy flew toward the sun, the wax started dripping. The father kept telling him to fly back down, but the son continued to bask in false glory. Soon the son realized the feathers were falling down. But by the time he had realized, it was far too late. The boy fell from the highest point of the sky into the deep, dark ocean and drowned. The father mourned for many years and eventually joined his son. Arrogance often takes many people down into their watery graves. As I walked into this graveyard, it was clear to me that the man of the red suit was a killer for his own amusement. In fact, his whole motif is challenging people to a game of chess, and if they lose, he kills them. However, if a person tries to leave this graveyard, he shall kill them too. It seems I was forced into a situation with no easy escape, as if I had been unmasked and tied up. A game of chess against a wise fool is a battle of running in hopes that a chance arises for one to strike back. The more this man blubbered on about how his wit was large and his strength unstoppable, the more the acid in my stomach curdled. Boasting about how many people he had murdered over a simple game of chess. I wish I could have ended him there, but something in my body made me resist. I had to wait, for in hopes that I could see what I was looking for. When the king falls, so does the game end. I had found what I was looking for, a moment to strip the pompous buffoon and have him see reality. The reality that there is always someone better. And through that, I hope he sees the wrongs of his ways. My journey's iron circle had been drawn, and now the time to go back to the riverbed approached. However, it seemed the biggest issue was nightfall would come, and my journey included going far through the mountains. At night it is said that a group of demonic bandits roam every mountain, all because long ago when the spirits were betrayed. Along a tiny island, there roamed a little boy who was orphaned. He was adopted into a monastery, where he was taught to read the scriptures to keep guard of the heavenly plum wine. As the boy grew into a young adolescent, he realized that it was far better to go against the rules and drink the wine. The boy waited for the night of a festival. On this night, he drank the whole supply of heavenly plum wine and decided it would be a fun prank to scare everyone at the festival. He wore a mask and paraded around terrifying everyone in the village. What he didn't see in his drunken foolishness was a fire twirler in front of him. In a most unfortunate accident, the mask became permanently stuck to the boy's face. The boy fled town and ran into the forest, hoping to never be seen by the village again. In the forest, the boy found other creatures similar to him, spirits who had been long abandoned. They lived in peace for a long time, until the villagers heard of a clan of monsters in the forest and decided they had to be rid of it. The villagers attacked the monsters, but the boy defended them, preaching they had done nothing wrong. To no avail, the villagers burned and massacred several of these peaceful creatures. The boy changed drastically from this lynching mob. He ran further into the forest and found the most warped, evil creatures he could find. The boy was now a leader of a demonic clan. He led them to the village and pillaged and plundered everyone and everything that could be found. Bloodshed spread throughout the whole countryside. Soon the remaining injured villagers went to warlords, hoping for military assistance. To their surprise, an old priest offered his own assistance. The old priest went up the mountainside where the boy resided. He yelled to the boy that the villagers only wanted peace. The demon clan and their leader came down the mountainside to the village, now in ruins. The boy came to the front and the priest invited him to sit down. The boy slowly sat down, looking around this area for anything suspicious. To his surprise, all he saw was a priest bringing out the heavenly plum wine. The priest told the boy they gathered all the wine they had left and wanted the boy to drink it, with the village heads as a peace offering. The boy drank ounce after ounce until he was inebriated. He couldn't stand it all. At this point, the priest pulled out a sword and cut the boy's head off. As the boy's head flew, he shouted, "I knew I never should have trusted you. Humans always lie, and we demons never do." Since then, the demons and monsters of mountains have always had a jaundice towards humans. Creatures of the mountains should always be feared. Or,
Well, to go to the next round, of course.
for the first time, I hear music. I hear the earth. I hear the wind, the trees. Now I hear you.
It's really beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
In the next round, you'll be able to hear instruments and hear all. Touch my violin and let the code play.
No, thank you. I'll be leaving.
Why? You could have all that you seek, all the answers. Why walk away from it?
You know, there's more to life than answers. The answers aren't even the best part. It's the questions that I live for. I still have plenty of questions about life, but if it takes not having sound to enjoy it, so be it. I'll be taking my leave now.
You can't leave. Your time's up. Get back here. The world needs.
If that was the only music I will ever hear, then I can go on. But it seems now that I have heard once, I want to hear more. I want to feel more. The river, no matter how hard it flows, will always be silent. The wind, no matter how hard it whirls, will always be silent. No matter how a fire crackles, always silent. When the earth breaks and rumbles, silence will follow. I wait in this riverbed for many days, waiting for the next message from my master, waiting for the next target. Someday soon, I'll leave.